Okay, so we are talking about the circle. How do we define a circle? It is a locus. What does locus means? Locus means path. Locus means path. And that path also to be traced by a point under certain geometrical constraints. Under certain geometrical constraints. For example, yeah. For example, we are talking about the locus or the path. The locus or path is one and the same thing. Just look in the figure which I have already drawn for you. The point O is a fixed point. Point O is a fixed point. I am taking some another color. Point O is a fixed point. This point O is a fixed point. And A is a moving point. A is moving. And how does A move? That the distance between the fixed point and the moving point, fixed point is O, the moving point is A. So the distance between O and A always remains constant. Always remains constant. It always remains same. And when OA will move by this condition, then the path traced by this point A obtained will be a circle. It will be a circle. O is a fixed point. Once again, I will repeat the thing. O is a fixed point. A is a moving point. And the movement of A is such that A will move under the condition that the distance between O and A will always remains the same. I have marked O and A both with red dots. So A will move, O will remain fixed. And how will it move? That the distance OA does not change. When I say constant, means it does not change. Then when A moves, it traces a path which is known as circle. OA is called the radius of the circle. OA is called the radius of the circle, and as you can see, it is written that every point on the circumference of the circle is at a constant distance from A. And what is the circumference? Circumference is actually the periphery or the boundary which has been traced or the path traced by this point, moving point A. So the moving point A has traced a path which is also known as the circumference of the circle, and circumference of the circle depends upon the radius. The smaller the radius, the smaller the circle. Bigger the radius, bigger will be the circumference, because circumference is given by the formula 2 pi r. It depends upon the radius. Pi is a constant, 2 is a constant, but r is the only changing thing, and it depends upon r. Now let us see the next thing, which is called the chord. It is called the chord. It is called chord. For example, if I look at AB, A is a point on the circumference of the circles, any point on the circumference of the circle, and I have taken another point B on the circumference of the circle, and I join A to B with the help of a circle. Then I will get a chord. AB. I'll get a chord AB. This is called chord. Actually, we can take any point. Suppose A is this. If I take a point C here, and if I join this to this, suppose, then this AC is also a chord. AC is also a chord. Suppose I take any another point, Suppose it is L, M. LM is also a chord. LM is a chord because we have to take any 2 points on the circumference of the circle and join them with the help of a straight line. All these are chords. AB is a chord, AC is a chord, AB is a chord, AC is a chord, LM is a chord. You can draw innumerable number of chords by taking any 2 points in the circumference of the circle. But any chord, for example, if I talk of the chord AB, divides the circle into two parts. They are not equal parts. They cannot be equal parts. AB divides the circle into, the complete area of the circle will be divided by AB into two parts. One part will be called APB and Now suppose APBA is one part and AB, and if you take CMQLA is another part. These both are called segments of the circle. They are known as segments of the circle. They are called APBA is called a segment and similarly ABMQL A is segment. There are two segments. One is minor segment, one is major segment. Minor segment is the segment which contains the smaller area, and major segment is that portion which contains the bigger area. For example, if you see here, then let me rub out the remaining portion so that to make it more clear to you, let me rub out this thing here. And let me rub out this thing here, this thing here. So what do I get? I had written AB and all those chords I had written earlier. Now the question is, AB is one chord. I'm just talking of the chord AB. I'm just talking of the chord AB at present. This chord AB will divide the total circle into two parts. One is APBA, another is ABQA. This part APB is a smaller area and it is called the minor segment. It is called the minor segment. And this portion ABQA is called the major segment. Another way to recognize the major segment is that major segment will always contain the center of the circle. Any chord, when it will divide the circle into two parts, one part will contain the center of the circle, one part will not contain the center of the circle. So the part which contains the center of the circle is called the major segment, and the part which does not contain the center or the other part is called minor segment. Major segment and minor segment. Okay, till now we discussed that. Then we discussed the major segment and the minor segment. We discussed the major segment and the minor segment. Like we said, APBA and ABQA known as segment. APBA is minor segment, and if you see in the minor segment you will not find the center of the circle. In the major segment you will find the center of the circle. And you will ask a question that suppose the chord passes through the center of the circle. If the chord will pass through the center of the circle, then that chord is the biggest chord of the biggest possible chord of the circle, and it is called the diameter. It is called the diameter. It is called the diameter. It is called the diameter, and it divides the circle into two equal halves, two semicircles, two semicircle. So both the segments will become semicircle, equal in area. Because when I'm saying that the major segment contains the uh, center, then you may ask that if suppose the line passes through the center, the straight line passes through the center, then it becomes the diameter, and diameter divides uh, the circle into two equal halves. We were saying the chord AB was dividing circle into two halves, but the diameter will divide into two equal halves. So this was major segment minus segment. The other thing which it says that the what will happen if I keep moving, the chord near the center, if I keep moving the chord towards the center, the length of the chord will increase, as I discussed just now. And when it will pass through the center O, it will be the biggest possible chord. And when it moves away from the center, again the length of the chord will keep decreasing. And the biggest chord of the circle, as I told you just now, is called the diameter. Is called the diameter of the circle. It is called the diameter of the circle. This was about the segment. It is very important because we will be doing a lot of theorems based on segment. So it is necessary to understand what a segment is. After this, I've just brought it up. Just see the arc. What is an arc? It's again part of the circle. O is the center of the circle here. O is the center of the circle. Now, if I take a portion, a part of the circumference of the circle, for example, I have marked APB with red. I have just drawn the circle with the blue. On top of that blue, the portion APB has been overdone with red. So this arc, this part is called arc. But you will say, what about AQB? AQB is also arc. Both are arcs. This is minor arc. This is minor arc. It is a smaller portion of, it is a smaller part, and the larger part will be called major arc. Minor arc, major arc. If you remember, when we were drawing triangles, what we used to say was that suppose he gives you the length of all the three sides, then how do we draw a triangle? We used to say that draw AB of the given length, whatever the length of the AB is. Okay. Then what we used to do was that we would take take A as center, take A as center means put the needle of the compass at point A, open up your compass, whatever the length of the other side, and draw an arc. Then taking B as center with the another side, whatever the length was there, draw another arc. And the arcs used to cut each other at point C, and we used to join C to A, C to B. So this arc is the part of the complete circle actually. This arc is the part of the circle. There we were drawing smaller. There we were drawing a smaller portion. We didn't need to draw the complete arc. So we used to draw this arc, a part of this circle, a part of the circumference of the circle, which is called arc. So minor arc APB is minor arc. APB is minor arc, while as AQB is a major arc. AQB is a major arc. Now let us see another definition. Here you see the circle and a line, a straight line PABQ is cutting the circle. PAQB is cutting the circle. So what happens here is that this straight line PQ is cutting the circle at 2 points A and B. So this PQ is called, what is it called? Secant. It is called secant. PQ is a secant. A straight line cutting circle into two parts is called a secant. The difference between the chord and secant is AB is a chord. If you see in this figure, AB is a chord. AB is the line segment. It is line segment. A and B are 2 points anywhere on the circumference of the circle, and I have joined A to B. I have joined A to B to get the chord. While as PQ is a straight line. A straight line has no fixed length. So it is just a line which is drawn to cut circle into two parts. So any straight line which is cutting the circle. AB chord is not cutting the circle. AB is actually, there are 2 fixed points on the circumference of the circle, A and B, and we are joining. While this is cutting, this is passing through. So this is secant. Now let us see what is the tangent. Another definition which we have to understand and important is tangent. What is a tangent? A straight line which touches the circle at one point only. It can touch only outside, it can't touch anywhere inside. A straight line can touch the circle only outside the circle, not inside, because inside it will cut. It is not possible for a line to touch a point inside until unless it cuts the circle. Here what we are talking is that this PQ or PTQ is a line which is touching the circle at point T. So PTQ is a tangent, and the property is that if I join O, the center of the circle, to point T, T is called point of contact. T is called point of contact. If I join O to T, then this line OT is perpendicular to tangent. Tangent and line are always perpendicular. Tangent and radius are always perpendicular to each other. This is a very important property, and you will be using it time and again when we will be studying further about circles, tangent. The next is sector. It is very important as well. Now again, a circle with the center O is given. A circle with center O is given, and what we have done is that we have taken any two radii. Radius is singular, radii is plural. So OA and OB are two radii. I have joined OA and OB. The area included between the two radii and an arc or circumference is called sector. Like I have shaded this portion with red lines. OAPB is called sector. This area is called sector. Segment was also an area. But segment was area included between a chord and circumference. Here, sector is area included between radii and an arc. Radii and an arc. It is the area included between radii and arc. Now what happens is that This portion which I have shaded red is a smaller portion of the circle. You can see it. It is a smaller portion of the circle. That is why it is called minor sector. It is called minor sector. While as the remaining area which is bigger, which is not shaded, the remaining area which is bigger and not shaded is called major sector. OAPBO. OAPBO, because I am closing the circle. That is why I am starting with the O and finishing it with the O. The area OAPBO is a sector. Sorry. This is a minor sector. It is a minor sector. It is a minor sector. And the area OAQBO. OAQBO. Again, I am starting with O, finishing with O. So the remaining area of the circle is called the major sector. The another important thing, like in segment, when I told you, when I was discussing segment, I told you that the major segment always contains the center of the circle. Minor segment does not contain the center. That is one of the good things to remember when you are discussing it. That when we are talking of the major segment will always contain the center of the circle. Minor segment will never contain the center of the circle, because whichever area will contain the center of the circle will be a bigger area. Here what we have to do is we have to set angle at the center, angle AOB. We have to look at angle AOB. We have to look at angle AOB. Angle which is called central angle. It is called central angle. It is called central angle. Angle AOB will be called central angle. This central angle, if the central angle is less than 180 degree, if this is less than 180 degree, then the sector made by this central angle will be always a minor sector. And when it increases more than 180, it is greater than 180, then it will be a major sector. Here also you can see AOB is actually acute here. AOB is acute. It is acute. And you have reflex AOB. You have reflex angle AOB. Now reflex angle AOB is the angle which I am going to denote like this. Actually it has become the complete circle. I didn't want the complete circle. Let me see, if I rub it out, it will be rubbed out. The complete thing doesn't matter. So AOB, this portion AOB is this portion, this angle at the center is the reflex angle AOB. It is reflex angle AOB, and hence it is the portion, the remaining portion is major sector. It is very important because the theorems, these terms, why have I started discussing these terms? Because after this I will start theorems on circles for you, and in those theorems it will be important that we use all these terms. We will be using, not necessary, we will be necessarily using these terms, and you should be familiar with these terms. Now let us see what is the circumference. Circumference of the circle is 2 pi r, where r is called the radius, or it can be written as pi into d also, because 2r is double of radius, which is called the diameter. So pi into d, where d is diameter. Now the next figure, he says how to calculate the length of the arc. How to calculate the length of the arc APB. Length of the arc APB, the complete circumference is 2 pi r. I have written 2 pi r. And this is the central angle. Central angle is theta. This is the central angle. And if central angle is part of what? 360 is the complete. 360, if the angle is 360, what do you get? Circumference. If the angle is theta, what will you get? You will get 2 pi r into theta by 360, and 360 and 2 pi will cancel. 2 pi will cancel because 2 pi is 360 degree in radian. So 2 pi and 360 will cancel. You get the length of the arc AB as r theta. Length of the arc APB is, I have written, arc is written like this. Arc is written like this. A straight line is always, you don't mention anything, you don't need to write like this. It will become a vector actually. Here you see it is an arc. Arc is like this. Is that clear? And then similarly, what is the area of a sector? For the area of sector, what we do is that area of the circle is pi r square into theta upon 360. Again, pi is 180 in terms of radian. 180 will cancel to 362, and half r square theta will become your area of the sector. So we have discussed mainly with you about the definitions of all these things. These are the necessary things which you will be using while doing the theorems on circle. So these were the parts of the circle. Thank you.